So on the continuing interviews of Port Stanley, people of long time relationship with this village, were Dave Russell and Nora Sanders interviewing John Moore today.
Okay.
Welcome, John, and thank you for doing this for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, John, you grew up here in Port Stanley. What are some of your earliest memories of this community?
Early. It was quite a bit smaller. Everybody knew everybody, and if I did something out of line in the village, my mom and dad knew about it before I got home. Like I don't know.
What sort of thing would you have done? Then?
I don't know. No, we won't go there.
Oh,
That would be something with Sam too. That burnt the hillside down, but smoking cigarettes up behind the church. So, but anyway, you mentioned a while ago about the public school. I remember going back there after I had graduated, and how the ball diamond where we played at recess was so small after I had, and I was always like Gordon McKeever, the VP, would come out and play ball with us now and then, and he used to hit it quite easily into the United Church parking lot and so on. And
But so when you went to school, it's not where the school is now. Tell us about what it looked like and where it was, because people in future won't know that.
Okay, well, 2-story, faced south. It was right where the post office is.
That's why some of us still call that steep hill the schoolhouse.
The schoolhouse hill,
Yeah.
and boys and girls entrance, and you had to line up and go in.
but they didn't keep the classes separate once you were inside.
No,
It was
no, you just
for
had
lining up
when you came to school in the morning, the boys went in the boys' entrance and the girls went in the girls' entrance.
It was the same at Union when I was there.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, and the ball diamond, I guess mostly recess, I'm remembering.
So where was the ball diamond? Is that where there's houses now, or right?
Northeast corner, Fran's house is there right now, and that's where the backstop was.
Wow.
And that's where the rink was in the winter. The village had boards that they put up with braces that went outside, and George Baker, who lived next door to my mom and dad, he flooded it, and they had lights on at night, but you weren't supposed to have a hockey stick on there. It was for skating, but hockey sticks did show up in pucks.
It is Canada.
And then as soon as the creek froze, then that's where the ice rink was.
The hockey moved over to the
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, Sam's father, George Very, brought the pump off the LNS fish tug, and we would finish playing hockey, and he had a hole in the ice and I don't know how big a pipe it was, and you just go out there for about 5 minutes and flood it. And
make a nice smooth surface again.
Yep.
So that tells us something right there, because these days Kettle Creek hardly freezes. It freezes a bit and then it thaws again, but it sounds like you could skate all winter up there.
Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually I've played hockey right out down by the lighthouse here, out on the lake. And we always knew it was safe when Jim Taylor would skate to school. He lived, do you know?
Where was he living?
North of the ballpark. Oh, Cathercole, Heather Cathercole. They live in the Taylor house.
That house.
How can I describe it to you? if you're going out of the village, go past the ballpark, they're right on the curve up
Ah,
high. But he would
so he'd skate up the creek.
he would go
or
walk
down the creek, whatever.
he would walk down his driveway across the highway, go down the creek, put his skates on, skate to school, and that was always he would walk in holding the skates, and that was
And the school was a red brick building, two
Red
stories, or
well. There must be pictures.
yeah.
of
But
it,
tell us, because people.
I can remember the a smell of oil must have been on the wooden. There must have been. I don't remember the floors, but that was always an impression, like the oil you put on floors.
Secure the wood.
You know, and then going down Schoolhouse Hill, instead of walking all the way to the bottom, and then turning and walking back the sidewalk to the school, we had a shortcut. We would hop through the guardrail and walk down there. And then in the winter, that became a slide, cardboard boxes, and you would cut them open, and so you could pull part it up in front and
Yep.
slide down. Yeah, well, yeah.
They made a toboggan out of cardboard boxes.
So that was recess in the wintertime was.
And so you were walking to school. You lived in Orchard Beach.
Lived just at the top of the Schoolhouse Hill,
Okay. Oh.
two to the north on East Street.
And that house is still there.
The house is still there.
Yeah.
And my daughter Ange lives in my grandfather's house, which my parents' house was on. They subdivided the property where my grandfather's cottage was. They built a house there, so.
So long time of family history here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so what about your summers? Well, we did a lot of tobogganing
Summers?
and skating, and what you would be here all summer as well.
Yeah.
And school would be out? What would
Just
you
walk to Orchard Beach.
spend a lot of time on
swam
the
there.
beach? Yes.
Mhm.
I heard you had diving equipment too.
Oh,
John Smith was remembering you diving off McManus's dock with a spear.
is that right? Okay, yeah, that would be Sam Very, myself, and we had a spear, and we were diving one day, and it was just for some reason a lot of fish there, so we ended up spearing a couple, and then Art Goodwin got wind of it. He was the free press. He was with the CFPL TV anyway. So he showed up, and we had to show him the fish and different things. Yeah, you heard about that. And then,
It's a small town.
okay, how about when the loading the ship in the harbor, and the net broke that carried, it was Libby's beans being loaded to go, I don't know where, but the net broke, and they dropped a whole net full of beans into the harbor. So friend Don Ward, who lived with a solo restaurant, he had he was quite handy, and his father, they made up a diving helmet, and we got a paint compressor, and so I was just showing Barb pictures the other day of the panel truck we had, and that's in the back, and this homemade diving helmet is just coming up out of the water, and we got a picture of all the cans in the truck, and we had it just wasn't beans. Like it was Libby's, but they were different. And so the labels all came off, and my mom she would never know what was going to be in the can she opened for lunch. So we had,
Surprise every day.
well, not yet, no.
What a great story.
Yeah.
So how deep would that have been that you would have to
Well,
retrieve the can?
this, I don't know if this was an ocean boat or what, but there was a shipment going, obviously, outside of Ontario. I mean, they wouldn't put it on a ship. Actually, I believe it was friend Jim Taylor who was working on the dock, like loading then, and he contacted us that, hey, you guys get down here, you know, this net broke and all the boxes that they had loaded in there went into the harbor. So
They just sank.
pardon?
They would just sink.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's quite a story to rig up diving equipment like that.
Oh yeah, do you know where the picture is?
Anyway, we'd like to see that. We'll add that to the video.
Well, I can get you some pictures later, yeah.
But even just touching on it, that's one of the big differences in Port Stanley. In your memory, there were a lot of big ships coming in and taking different things in and out, right?
Oh yes.
Every week in the summer, there'd be big ships in here, eh?
I would say more than that. Like two at a time sometimes.
And what were, so besides the beans, what were they taking in and out?
Coal mainly.
Yeah.
And then Joe McManus had Imperial Fuels on the east side where the coal was, and Sterling Fuels for the petroleum product on the west side. And the tanks are still there with McAsphalt, I guess.
And then
Some of this may be incorrect here.
no, but this is your
No,
memory.
but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just,
And the grain elevators too, so there must have been grain going out of here, right?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was, Harry Foster was the manager of the grain elevators. And I just, anyway.
During that industrial time, with all that activity, I imagine there wouldn't be the ability to walk along the shore there, along the piers.
Along the pier?
You know, or was that open still?
Oh yeah.
So with all that activity,
Oh yeah, you could walk along there, and the boat would have a conveyor belt going out, I'm thinking on the east side now. And they could put a pile of coal right over on the other side of the berm wasn't there then. There was, we called it the rocks went out, and then there was a gap out to the south pier. But they could make a huge pile of coal and swing this big conveyor belt around.
to empty the ship.
Yep. But then, depending on what was going out, like the beans and that, they had to be hand bombed into a net, and then they lifted the net. Like they were putting it onto the boat.
So the beans must have been canned in Aylmer or something like that, or somewhere around here.
Might
Who
have been
knows?
Aylmer beans. I never,
Yeah.
I never connected to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
why? Yeah, that would be handy.
So you talked about swimming at over on Orchard Beach, but were you over at the main beach as well, or?
When I became older, like in my teens,
Yeah.
there wasn't much action on Orchard Beach. So,
So what was the action on the main beach?
well, just chicks. So,
Was a stork club around in your day?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
So you would go dancing there,
oh yeah,
listen to the music,
all of the
big band.
Big bands, yeah.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
was,
Do you have any, memory of a particular event or something that was interesting that happened?
like
Particular
my
trip that
my
you made?
favorites were the Four Aces. Like that was a must every year. Like they would be almost yearly, and the big bands Guy Lombardo.
Mm.
So yeah, I think we hit most of the big bands that came in there.
And you
So-
go dancing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I'm trying to. Yeah, dancing,
Mhm.
but you would. Some of the music you couldn't really dance to. It was, but mainly dancing, and then a lot. You see, you're bringing back all kinds of the Optimus fish fry. That was
Where was that held?
at the Stork Club.
Ah.
That was so.
What about the smelt run? Were you part of that in the spring?
Every year, oh yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, it was just we go to Little Creek after school, and you could just catch them in your hat. Like you could almost walk on them going up
Wow.
Yeah.
there.
A lot of people used to come to Port Stanley in the smelt run, eh?
Oh yeah, and
What was it like living in a place where you live here, but a whole bunch of new people come in the summer and new people come for the different activities and
Mhm.
stuff? What, did you make friends with some of the other people, or
in the summer, yeah, like just when younger, up near my mom and dad's house. I'm just going to try and think of a few over by the water tower, which isn't there now, in the grass area called the Plaza. So summer people there that I chummed around with would be Jeanette Voden, Dr. Voden Secondary School. He had a cottage there, and she came down, and then she ended up. Don't know if she went to school here for a couple of years or not. Morrison's, they lived out towards the down Hillcrest Road. Paul Park from New York. They would be here for the summer, and we would meet, and we played baseball over there. And trying to.
Would there be much in the way of going out on the lake and boats or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, we, like the boat when we're getting the beans, it's an old wooden boat, and I don't know where it came from, but we had a boat there. Sam Berry would have what they called Tilbury boats, steel boat made for lifeboats on the tugs.
Okay.
So this would be old. We would be like 14 or 15 going.
And they'd let you take those out on the lake?
Sam did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'd go out the harbor and come over to the main beach. And then as we got that age, we started chumming around with a bunch of kids on Orchard Beach. Brenda Callahan, Rose McManus, Nick Hansen, they were from Michigan. They have the cottage where Charlene Gardner's I don't know if lived in there now, and Vicky Hunter at the Alma Villa.
Okay.
I'm just going down.
And
Hanson,
they-
John Radke from Michigan again. There were a lot of
Were these cottagers or were people that,
Pardon?
were they cottagers, most of those people, or were these year
yeah.
round?
Well, the Hunters owned Alma Villa, and
Related to Tommy Hunter.
no.
They're related to him, but not.
They,
correctly.
what's the
Not-
big hotel in St. Thomas?
Grand Central.
Grand
yeah.
Central. He owned the Grand Central, and this was, I believe, a summer place.
And I think Tommy Hunter was his nephew or something.
Nephew, maybe, but I know
know
chummed around with daughter Vicky,
Hmm.
who married George. Oh, here I'm rambling. George Pay. Hanson, Radke, Callahan.
But it sounds like more people from the States had cottages here than we'd know now.
Well,
right?
not more, but there were the
Some of them.
ones that had kids, 14, 15,
Yeah.
that we met over the summer. There were two. Then going down further, Sanderson Hardware, St. Thomas, Anderson's Cottage.
And these people would come from, it's interesting that they come from the States, but coming from quite a distance to come to their cottages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huey Lewis, he's still alive. He's first Lewis Cottage, first cottage on Orchard Beach, coming from the village. It's up high. Do you know the road that goes down, winds down from Hillcrest? There was
Curry.
Coates Cottage, Dolph Coates, Woody. Somebody worked at Simpsons or someplace. Coates, Lewis's,
That's a lot of people.
Smallman's,
Mm-hmm.
John Smallman.
So you would be over on Orchard Beach side. What sort of things would you do over there? Bring them back.
Swim,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
climb the cliffs.
Okay.
The clay cliffs.
Put your hand into the swallow nest and kind of dumb thing. Take eggs out and throw them down. Like just it's kind of cruel. when I
Teenage
say-
stuff, right?
No, well, what? Yeah, but why? Just you did it because of anyway.
What about the LMPS? Did you ride on that at all? Were people
Oh,
still? Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you ride it to St. Thomas or to London?
St. Thomas mainly.
Yeah.
Saturday movie, Granada Theater.
You'd go into St. Thomas to watch a movie. Yes.
And then take the train home again after.
Well, yeah, but the problem was the movie usually kind of didn't coincide with the LMPS schedule. So near the end of the movie, there'd be all this group of kids who would walk up and stand at the top of the aisle and keep watching the movie.
The Port Stanley kids.
The Port Stanley kids, and then away you go down Talbot Street, and not often, but now and then you miss. The time I missed, I remember Ted Davey missed also, and so we walked
Home to Port.
walked the tracks down to Port, yeah.
Wow.
So,
That'd take you quite a while, wouldn't it?
oh yeah,
Your parents
that's
would be,
hard
your parents
walking.
would be worried.
I
About it.
yeah, but yeah, a lot harder than that. I don't know why we walked on the tracks.
Instead of the road.
Instead of the road, and you had no chance of getting a ride. But we did.
So your dad had Moore Water Gardens.
Mhm.
Did he start that business?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. And do you remember when it was being started, or was it already going when you were around?
I was born in 36, so I would say it would be, I was asking Sue about it. We have no exact date or anything, so 34 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, and did you work in that as a teenager? Or?
I worked there as a teenager, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a large demand for water plants.
Well, there
Left
was one other in Canada at the time, Lulu Water Gardens in BC. So it was a retail shipping to right from one coast to the other. But it's quite a bit different now with the. So
they would propagate different wild.
all kinds of aquatic
premise.
plants,
Yes.
fish,
Okay.
yeah. So we would. and
Shipping them must have been a bit of a challenge. eh?
LNPS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Truckload like when the busy season, and then we had shipped goldfish in a big metal can and have to go down to where did we get the ice? East side fish, like from the fishing guys, and put a chunk of ice in the top of the can, and the lid had holes in it to let air in, and so Jack Brumpton at the LNPS. So
How would your father come to that business? Was it?
my grandfather, I don't know. My grandfather liked gardening and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Have no idea.
Well, certainly been around a long time and
Oh, yeah.
successful.
Mm-hmm.
What about any other characters of Port Stanley that you remember that you want to tell us about? People that aren't with us anymore.
John, that's Rick Booker about him.
Hmm.
He and his wife helped look after John. Don't know what his name was. DJ was his name, Dirty John, and he was like, you know of, you don't know? Well, okay. His prize, I'm going to say his prize, Rick will tell you different. Rick knows much more than I do, but he had a Army greatcoat, which he wore all summer. And didn't change clothes very often, and had a hat, and kind of went along, used to have garbage cans on the beach, and he would scrounge stuff out of the garbage on the beach, and worked at the Stork Club.
Worked doing what?
Cleaning, and John Nemeth and Lloyd Durr, I don't know if they both had him, but he would do odd jobs for him. And then, I can't be sued for saying things, can I? So anyway, no, Optimus, the fish fry. Optimus put it on. Bob Cook, Sam Berry, myself were not Optimus, but we would be asked to do the bar for them. And so, anyway, John would come up, and I can remember Jim Howie saying, "John, you see that bottle of gin there? Like, we're putting that aside." And So when we come up on tomorrow, Sunday at noon, we have to clean the place and that. He said, if you have the tables cleared and that'll be yours. And so we'd go up Sunday around 10 o'clock, noon or something. And John would be about 3/4 of the way down the first row of tables, sound asleep. And what he would do, he would go along and all the beer glasses and all that, he was collecting them, but he dumped each, maybe, 10 drops out of each one into a glass. And then when he got the glass full, he'd sit down and drink it. And
Didn't want to waste it.
and he seldom were the tables cleared off. He would be sound asleep, passed out. But
How old would he be, do you think, at that time? Was he-
I don't know.
he-
It was hard to tell.
When you're a
It was
kid,
just-
everybody seems old.
No, I would be in my 20s
Yeah.
when I'm bartending.
And he was just always around. He was part of the community for a long time.
Oh yeah, he was everywhere. Yeah. I think Rick has a painting of him that somebody did.
And as you got a little bit older, you would probably would you have a vehicle? Would you be,
Who, me?
yeah.
I had a driver's license at 15
Wow.
because of agriculture. Like,
The business.
so, yeah, the panel truck that I'm saying when we were getting the beans, that was the Water Gardens vehicle.
Okay.
So that was my wheels.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So the downtown's changed quite a bit as far as the businesses that are there. Are there any businesses that stand out in your memory that aren't there anymore? Things that were part of your life?
I don't even know what's in there on the corner now. It's closed. That was Michelle's, but the last one was
The coffee house.
the
Corner
square or something. So that was Superior Food Market. Wolf Milligan, close friend Don. They lived upstairs. Wilf Wimpy was his name. So he, in the basement of the store, he had a rifle range and a pool hall.
In that corner store?
Yep.
A rifle range.
A rifle range.
Wonder what's down there now.
Pardon?
I wonder what's down there now.
I don't know. And next door was Wheaton's drugstore.
Before it was Elliott's, it was Wheaton's?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Wheaton's lived where Sarah, Art and Soul, where she lives.
Yeah. Up on
That's
East Road.
That was Wheaton's lived there. Next door, another grocery store. There were three grocery stores on the main street. Bathrooms is where Art and Soul is, and then there was Bill Booker, Rick's father and mother had a grocery store there. Before or after, Brent Dufty had a grocery store there. Not Brent. Yeah, Brent. And then there was a grocery store right where the park, oh, no, not where the park is, where you go down to the main beach and turn right. There was a Keeler's grocery store there. So there are 4 grocery stores going,
Wow.
I believe.
Not necessarily specialty stores, all
No,
selling the same sort of products.
same stuff.
I heard there was a movie theater there too, along by the bridge.
Yeah, right. Well, right. The very westerly part of that complex in there.
Did you ever
Was
go
the-
to movies in that?
Oh,
theater?
yeah. And there was a movie theater just west of the Stork Club in the summer.
Just in the summer.
Just in the summer. Oh, yeah,
Outdoor one.
it was maybe as big as this. And it was metal roof and metal sides and very basic building.
I guess when people didn't all have TV at home, it was a bigger deal to go out to a movie, eh?
Oh, yeah, that was a big deal. Yeah, the sidewalk went down past the front of the Stork Club and then turned sharp right. The movie theater was there. You walked across Edith Cavell and it was Harper's, which was a big hangout for kids and like hot dogs, sodas, and all that. And a loud jukebox.
So that I was going to ask you where you'd go out to eat if you were a teenager or a 20-something with some money. So you mentioned Harper's. Where else in the village did you go?
I remember buying Coke in there,
Yeah,
but never buying anything to eat. I always ate at home.
yeah.
So, yeah, Harper's. And then there was east of that, outdoor bowling alley and miniature golf. My cousins and I used to get 50 cents and go down there and bowl. That was right where the LMPS station was, right there, and then the ballpark.
Kind of where those tall houses are now. Or
It's hard to
yeah,
picture.
It's changed a lot.
yeah.
Sounds you worked hard and made some money and then went and played hard. Spent all your money.
Well, yeah.
At least that would be in the summertime.
Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't spend much money.
No.
No.
Be a lot of kids here in the summer.
Other, I mean, from
Yeah. It'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
Busy.
uh,
Hot summer day.
yeah, there'd be a lot of like, Detroit again. Used to be a gal, can't even remember her name. Grandparents lived in St. Thomas, and her parents would send her here for a couple of weeks in the summer, and she'd bring 3 girlfriends with her. Can't remember her name, but like when she and her 3 girlfriends arrived, then all the guys in Port, oh, so and so's here, and
There's a lot of buildings that are no longer here that they went down in fires. Were you around for any of those losses?
yeah,
I'm thinking of the Stork Club particularly.
the Star Club
Mhm.
and the Hillcrest Inn, and
Yeah.
You see any of that happening, or
no,
I
I don't remember seeing them burn.
But the damage afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That'd be quite devastating at the time to lose those buildings.
Well, yeah. And you're asking me that, and I'm thinking, well, no. I was past going to the Stork Club, kind of, when it burnt. Hillcrest Inn. Don't know.
Did you go to the Hillcrest Inn?
Not very much.
Well, it had a dining room, I know, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first wedding reception, like my first marriage, was at the Hillcrest Inn.
Hmm.
So
it was a nice place.
very nice. Stan and Carrie Ship, they live 2 north of, what's Sarah's last name? Campbell?
Arkansas.
Oh,
Art and Soul.
it's, Lockhart.
Lockhart,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
So they built, no, they were 3 north, just below Extendicare. They lived in there. And whose article did I just read? Frank and Nancy Prothro's, maybe, about the Hillcrest Inn. So sold Liberty magazines there. They would let me go in and sell them to the guests. For one summer, I had I guess you don't know, it was just a little weekly magazine. And
That was a summer job for you, selling them?
yeah,
Yeah.
Extra money.
yeah,
And you'd walk around and
yeah.
sell
And
them
it was a
in that-
well-known thing. Like people would, come over here. And,
Oh, you walk through the village and sell them.
well, and no, I delivered to the
Okay.
cottage, but
Oh,
parents told me not to go in to the hill, like infringe on the guests there. But Stan said, "Yeah, come on in." So
nice.
People were probably glad to get the magazines.
Yeah, well,
They're on
yeah.
holiday.
Mhm.
Yeah. This has been so interesting. Anything else you want to tell us about before we wrap up?
no, I don't. Oh, there's tons of things keep coming to mind.
Let loose.
You mentioned, I mentioned first about like Sam Berry. We were up behind the church. We had a fort up there, like dug a hole in the hill and had it covered with branches. And so he got some cigarettes and we went up there one day and we're doing our first smoking cigarettes and caught the hole. This was in the fall. It was all dry grass and it went up. So
How old would you boys have been around that time?
8 or 9.
Oh my goodness.
So that fire.
Fire department came out, yeah. Yeah, I remember
Was it a
getting home, yeah. And so Sam's mom, Verda, had already called my mom, like, and because we were both not home. So, anyway.
Did you ever carry on smoking after that?
I tried a couple of, I'd never smoked, didn't
Yeah.
see the sense in it.
There were no homes or buildings caught in this.
Oh, no.
Just
Just the
trees.
hillside.
No, just in, and that's another place we used to skate, the church pond.
Behind the Anglican church.
Behind the Anglican church, yeah. That was always frozen before the creek was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Kind of where there's houses now, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Good memories. to
Okay,
share.
yeah.
Thanks so
Sounds
And
like-
we used to, I'm just thinking about sleigh riding down the hill. We'd go play hockey there after school on the pond, but we used to sleigh ride at night down the schoolhouse hill.
Mm.
Like-
Down the street part of it. you mean?
Right down the center. There weren't many cars.
Yeah.
And we would go and they didn't put sand on the road, so most people didn't try to go up the schoolhouse hill if it was like it turned into ice with all the cars driving over like a white.
But there
And
wouldn't be much to stop you at the bottom. There'd be no traffic lights in those days, and did you go shoot right?
No,
down the
we
main-
went down right in front of the Kettle Creek Inn,
Yeah.
and we could go down almost to the East Side Fish Company.
Oh, yeah.
I know it, but the big building that has the difference.
It's Joshua and Company.
Where it used to be
Yeah.
Kettle Creek Canvas. Yeah.
Ket-
So you'd somehow turn at the bottom of the hill and go down that
Well,
way.
no, that's
Yeah,
a straight run.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah,
If
you're
you
right.
you
Go
go
on an angle.
right straight
Fair
down,
enough. Yeah.
and if you had good packed
Yeah.
road, you could get on a sleigh, not on a toboggan.
So the cars wouldn't go up that. They would.
Oh, they wouldn't
How would
wouldn't try. But then what was the PUC guy? Walt Stanton. He became the roads person, and he started putting gravel on there, and
That ruined the
that
toboggan.
ruined it. Yeah, but I mean, not many cars would try to go up the hill if there'd been a good snow and it was all packed down.
Wow.
They'd go another way?
Pardon?
Would they be able to get another way around?
Yeah, they went out.
All the way around to
Yeah.
where the fire hall?
Mhm.
Like up to
Yeah.
East Road?
Yeah.
That's a long way around.
Yeah,
Sounds like you had a lot of fun growing up in Port Stanley.
oh yeah, that was. Anyway,
It's a good place. Thank you.
okay.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.